Good Wednesday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Here are a few of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. Leavenworth's Bavarian theme, which turned the city around, has earned a prestigious award. You can dispose of those old pumpkins this weekend, all for a good cause. We'll tell you where and when. Other than a short break on Friday, we're in for a very wet weather period beginning tonight into early next week. More on that coming up in weather. An Okanagan County man convicted of child rape in Chelan County failed to overturn his case this week before the Washington Court of Appeals. 45-year-old Thunder Ray Danzuka argued that the date of birth of his victim was included in instructions given to the jury by Judge Travis Brandt, which amounted to an impermissible comment on the evidence. The child was 10 years old when Danzuka first committed the sexual abuse. In a ruling Tuesday, the three-judge appellate panel agreed that including the birth date was an error by the court, but said it was harmless and would not have affected the jury's decision. Danzuka was sentenced last year to 18 years in prison. He's currently held at Coyote Ridge Correction Center in Belfair. A two-vehicle collision just before 6 a.m. injured both motorists and forced the closure of Highway 97A. The Washington State Patrol said the crash occurred near milepost 221 near the mouth of Bird Canyon. Both drivers had to be extricated from their vehicles, and traffic on the highway had to be stopped or controlled by flaggers for several hours. The cause of the crash is still under investigation. Democratic women in the U.S. Senate, led by Washington's Patty Murray, are warning that anti-abortion measures from the new Speaker of the House will face a fight from them. Mike Johnson of Louisiana was elected Speaker of the Republican-led House last week. Murray and 6 of her women colleagues say Johnson's record opposing abortion is, quote, deeply concerning and profoundly extreme.
Everyone needs to take Mike Johnson seriously and take him at his word, because the comments he has made about abortion are truly as radical as it gets. Comparing abortion to the Holocaust, suggesting that abortion is responsible for school shootings. The American people absolutely should be alarmed because there is cause for alarm. This is the highest-ranking Republican in government. This is the man Republicans just unanimously elected to be the Speaker of the House. This is someone who fervently, with all of his heart, wants to force women to stay pregnant even when they do not want to be, and he wants to use the force of law to make that a reality in all 50 states.
The Bavarian theme is what turned the city of Leavenworth from a mill town on its last legs to a thriving tourist destination. Today, the Governor's Smart Communities Awards recognize that effort with an award of merit. Officially called Project Life, the Bavarianization of Leavenworth began in 1963 and continued into the 1970s with changes to zoning and construction codes to require a Bavarian theme for the city's downtown businesses. The Governor's Award recognizes, quote, took vision, planning, and project implementation to produce Project Life and save one of our state's landmark destinations. When we come back, the Waterville Library underwent a swampy Halloween transformation yesterday. Trick-or-treat events proved popular in downtown business districts throughout north central Washington on Halloween night. And local organizations for the specially abled community are banding together to host Smash It, Don't Trash It this Saturday at the Old Osborne Elementary School for people to put their old Halloween pumpkins to good use. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
As Chelan's premier lifestyle store, Willow, find unique home decor, clothing, jewelry, and more. Come visit for a welcoming and memorable shopping experience.
Deepwater Electronics is your one-stop shop for the latest in TV and sound technology. Whether you build your home theater or let them do it for you, Deepwater Electronics is the clear choice.
The switch is on to T-Mobile. Get the best 5G experience and the customer service you depend on. Only at Chelan Wireless in downtown Chelan.
Hi, everybody. Dan Coos alongside Jesse Coble. from Alpine Air. My heat pump there's like steam coming out of it. It's making weird noises. Is this something I need to be concerned about?
No, Dan, that's normal operation. Refrigeration technology steals heat from the outside, transfers it to the inside, and it creates frost on your heat pump. The defrost cycle melts that off, which creates steam and a little bit of noise.
That makes sense. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. Thanks, Jason.
Thank you.
The CEO of Samaritan Healthcare, Teresa Sullivan, has just received the Joe Hopkins Memorial Award from the Washington State Hospital Association. The annual award was presented to Sullivan in recognition of her work, making substantial contributions to rural healthcare across Washington. Samaritan Healthcare is based out of Moses Lake. Sullivan began her role as Chief Executive Officer back in 2015, making her responsible for executing the mission and vision of the facility. The Waterville Library underwent a swampy Halloween transformation yesterday in an effort to create a space for younger ones to enjoy the holiday without too much of a scare. The programming area became part of a swamp with a witch's den and spider's cave with stepping stones to get around, and the rustling of autumn leaves can be heard with the cawing of birds. The idea came to librarian Amy Larson, who can be seen wearing ogre ears in the video after she finished reading the original Shrek story. North Central Washington Libraries posted the video to their Facebook page with a walkthrough of the setup that took 6 hours plus something to build. The library took down the decor of the mysterious swamp this morning, with Larson saying, quote, "It appears on Halloween and then disappears." Trick-or-treat events proved popular in downtown business districts throughout north central Washington last night. The Wenatchee Downtown Association's trick-or-treat event saw scores of costume kids collecting candy and other goodies, sometimes from recognizable local dignitaries. Costume kids also swarmed through downtown Chelan as well as rural Plain, where a trunk-or-treat offered food and fun. The festivities weren't limited to city centers. Since Halloween was a weekday, schools like Lee Elementary and East Wenatchee got into it as well, with teachers and staff adopting a Toy Story theme. Local organizations for the specially abled community are banding together to host Smash It, Don't Trash It this Saturday at the Old Osborne Elementary School for people to put their old Halloween pumpkins to good use. Individuals of all ages are invited to enjoy food and drinks while smashing pumpkins to be composted courtesy of Winton Manufacturing Compost Works. The smashing event serves as a fundraiser for the specially abled local community. The event will be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and a donation of $1 to $5 is requested per pumpkin. Coming up next in tonight's feature story, we interview both candidates for the District 4 seat on the Wenatchee School Board. A series of storm systems is headed our way tonight, with very wet weather expected through the weekend into early next week. I'll have all the details in your complete North Central Washington weather forecast. That and much more still to come tonight. Please stay with us.
Around here, Jack Frost nips more than just your nose. That's why people here drive Honda. Dependable all-wheel drive with traction control, with heated steering wheel and seats to keep Jack Frost off your seat, which will make it very happy. And since it's no fun to fill up in this weather, isn't it cool that Honda is known for legendary fuel efficiency? Great deals are here now, and so is Mr. Frost. So see your Inland Northwest Honda dealer today. Honda can handle it.
Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, located on South Wenatchee Ave, has the largest selection of spas and swim spas in town. Stay cool this summer in an artesian swim spa and use it all year long. We enjoy helping families reconnect one spa at a time. Hot tubs are proven to improve sleep and decrease arthritis pain. Our passion is water, so please bring us a water sample, and we will help you diagnose your pool or spa water for free. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, your pool and spa experts.
I have no idea what I'm doing. That's why we need you. We need people to run camera so I can get back down on the broadcast and talk about what's going on. We pay $75 per event. If it's sports, if it's a parade, if it's Apple Blossom, if it's a Super Oval, $75. If that sounds like some extra good money for you, we'd love you to be part of our team. All you have to do is email me, sports@ncwlife.com. sports@ncwlife.com. In the meantime, I gotta go figure out this camera.
For the last few weeks, you've seen our interviews with local political candidates, which will be airing on this channel through Election Day. You can view extended versions of the interviews on our website, NCWLIFE. In tonight's feature story, it's District 4 of the Wenatchee School Board, an open seat where social services worker Miranda Skaliski and former school district employee Kendra Martin are facing off.
Transparency and communication. In addition to accountability. Not everybody's perfect. We're all human. Mistakes have been made or can be made, and it's taking that accountability, acknowledging I failed you in this particular area due to the reason of whatever that may be. I want to do better, and explain to me or here are what are additional resources that I can do to help you. And then building that connection with just our students and our educators, sorry, it's been a long day, and families to see what we can do to make everything, try to get it to be where we want it to be, to improve that.
The duty that the school board holds is to hold the cabinet accountable to making sure we are making strong educational decisions to support the growth and development of our students. That is why the board exists, to make sure that every component of that is held accountable, from the superintendent to how the money is managed, to our learning and teaching, and to our human resources, making sure that our staff is taken care of so that they can take care of our students. That is a very important piece of that puzzle, and holding the cabinet accountable for the decisions they make and for making decisions that support those things.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a great Wednesday. Still awfully chilly out there for this time of year. We did stay dry, but lots of clouds around our area, and you can see a little blue sky this afternoon, but not a whole lot around North Central Washington. And also some of that haze. We do have an air stagnation advisory that is in place. That'll last until about 11 o'clock tonight. Very calm winds out there, and we are seeing some of the wood stove and chimney smoke rising and then just kind of settling not too far off the ground as we do see some storm systems move in, and it kind of pushes all that down. And like I mentioned, with the calm winds, we are seeing some of that around. So be careful if you're sensitive to that. We do have some winter weather to talk about as we get into tonight and early tomorrow morning. We're mainly talking about our viewing area right here, Loop Pass. So if you're heading from Omak over into the Twisp or Winthrop area, you could run into some of that wintry mix. So it could be a little bit slick on Highway 20. Be very, very careful over the next 24 hours traveling that way. And we've got some rain, and we've talked about it since Monday coming our way. It will begin tonight, and by the time we end all of this rainy weather, and that might not be until early next week, we could see up to an inch of precipitation, and I think that is very doable here in the Wenatchee Valley over the next few days. It also includes Winthrop, Omak, and Moses Lake. So get ready for some wet weather. Today, high temperature unofficially 47 degrees. We're edging closer back to that normal high, which is 51, 64, our record high, and that was set in 1997. 32 this morning, just a few degrees below where we should be for overnight lows at 35, and our record cold 15 set in 2002. Sunrise this morning 7:44 and sets tonight at 5:44. All right, tomorrow's temperatures edging up closer to normal. In fact, in Wenatchee and Quincy, we will be at normal at 51 degrees tomorrow. A little bit warmer, Freda and Moses Lake at 52, 48 Eniat, 49 in Chelan, and 49 the high temperature as well tomorrow in Leavenworth. Let's take a look now at what we can expect. We've talked about lots of storm systems. Here's our wet weather. 1, 2, 3 areas of rain moving our way. They're lined up to move right into the Pacific Northwest. And with that southwesterly flow, our temperatures will be about normal. But boy, is it going to get wet starting with this system tonight. We do expect rain showers to begin sometime after 9 o'clock, might be a little bit before that. And here is that large area of rain moving into Washington State. We could see a half inch of rain by the time we get into tomorrow morning. Morning rain as you make that commute is likely, with a little bit better conditions by afternoon, mostly cloudy. High temperatures tomorrow, as we mentioned, not too bad, about normal at 50 degrees. And then for Friday, an even bigger storm moves in, but notice the flow of air from the southwest. That will warm us up on Friday. Friday is actually going to be a pretty nice day with mostly sunny skies, highs in the mid-50s. We'll call it in between storm days because by Saturday, here we go. Once again, a rainy one throughout the morning into early afternoon. This is more late afternoon. We might see a break then. Expecting another quarter to maybe half inch of rain on Saturday. High temperature near 50. And then as we get you into the end of the weekend on Sunday, this area of low pressure really not moving much. It won't give us much during the day, but as we creep closer to our evening hours, there will be a chance of rain Sunday. Highs in the low 50s for Monday, mostly cloudy, and yeah, rain is still likely as our low moves to the north, but look at that flow of clouds and moisture. High temperatures again to start our next work week into those low 50s, and then by Tuesday, cloudy skies. I think any rain we see Tuesday will be in the morning. This low not going anywhere, and you can see the clouds, and we will see that rain in the morning. That should push through in the afternoon, and there you see it with mostly cloudy skies late in the day. High temperatures on Tuesday into the low 50s. All right, taking a look at your 7-day forecast now. Much warmer overnight tonight, 38 degrees. Rain likely tonight into our Thursday morning, 51 our high. Let's circle Friday. What a beautiful day. Sunny skies with a high temperature above normal at 55 degrees. And then once again, the bottom falls out as we get into the upcoming weekend. Rain likely Saturday, evening rain likely Sunday. Rain off and on Monday, and then some morning rain showers on Tuesday with high temperatures generally between 50 and 55 degrees. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
I have no idea what I'm doing. That's why we need you. We need people to run camera so I can get back down on the broadcast and talk about what's going on. We pay $75 per event. If it's sports, if it's a parade, if it's Apple Blossom, if it's a Super Oval, $75. If that sounds like some extra good money for you, we'd love you to be part of our team. All you have to do is email me, sports@ncwlife.com. sports@ncwlife.com. In the meantime, I got to go figure out this camera. The 5th-ranked Washington Huskies face a calendar circle game coming up this Saturday in Los Angeles. The 8-0 Dogs face 20th-ranked and 7-2 USC. Coach Kalen DeBoer says he expects the Trojans to be hungry after 3 tough weeks.
Just really looking forward to this week. I think always getting better is the message, and that's what it's been all year long. And certainly need that now as we head into the home stretch here of the season. So it's crazy how fast you go from bye week to mid-season, and all of a sudden now there's only 4 left, but four big ones, and looking forward to a great challenge this weekend.
As someone who's worked with a lot of quarterbacks, what stands out to you about Caleb Williams that's special and maybe a little bit different?
Yeah, elite playmaker. Can make all the throws, and like Coach Inch said, eyes are downfield, and buys time. Will not be afraid to make any throw on the run. Deep down the field. So we got to do a really good job of just staying on the receivers and any skill player, especially when he's escaped the pocket, and that will definitely happen. And you got to make the play and get him down and line up and go play again. That's what your mindset has to be, is that he's going to make some plays. There's just not a game. I mean, you're not the Heisman quarterback without that ability, and the playmaking that he has is exceptional.
Washington and USC kick off at 4:30 Saturday afternoon on ABC. Washington State, meanwhile, is back home in the Palouse, trying to shake a 4-game losing streak as they'll host Stanford. Cougar coach Jake Dickert says he understands the scrutiny he's facing after WSU got off to such a good start.
Well, I think first and foremost, I understand the criticism. I can take criticism. I get that, and I understand the seat that I sit in and the responsibility that I have to getting the team ready, first and foremost. I've always said, we can beat anybody if we don't beat ourselves. And there's been a series of things throughout the course of these games that we haven't executed on our end to go out there and win. And, whether it's UCLA, we're getting some of the stops and takeaways and not scoring, or obviously the last 3 weeks haven't been getting the stops, right? So there's a balanced attack to winning football games. And I think that's very important. The adversity is real, whether it's adversity of losing, adversity of success. I don't know at first if we handled success the way we needed to. But at the end of the day, we just keep believing in a 1-0 process and resetting it and attacking a new mission every week. So that is what our team is about. I think there's been some injuries that have come to play, but that's with everybody around this league. And you got to be ready to go. 3 of those games have been on the road. It's tough to win on the road in this league, and we have to be better, period.
Fans can expect rain and 50 degrees at Martin Stadium Saturday, with a kickoff set for 6 o'clock on the Pac-12 network. Eastern Washington is home earlier in the day at 1 o'clock Saturday against Cal Poly. Central Washington has a bye this weekend. Tonasket is the District 6 1B, 2B soccer champions today. The Tigers outdueled Okanagan 2-1 yesterday to earn the title. Meanwhile, Brewster ended Liberty Bell's season with a 5-1 victory. Cascade also ended Quincy's season in the District 6 1A tournament. Kodiaks defended the home pitch with a 2-1 win over the Jackrabbits. West Valley and Eisenhower will move on to the District 6 4A tournament after play-in wins last night. The Rams ousted Moses Lake 2-1. The Cadets earned a 4-0 shutout of Sunnyside. Manson Volleyball continued its undefeated season with a district championship last night. It was The Trojans sweeping aside 3 sets from Okanagan to win the district title at Omak High School. Brewster finished third with a 3-1 win over Lake Roosevelt, who takes fourth. Tonasket ended Liberty Bell season with a sweep. Moses Lake ended Eastmont's season with a sweep in the Basin last night at a play-in game for the District 6 4A volleyball tournament. Davis also advanced by sweeping Eisenhower in 3 games. Well, as Wenatchee prepares to host the district championship against West Valley in volleyball this Saturday at Wenatchee High School, latest WIAA state RPI poll has the Panthers ranked 5th in the state. Ellensburg is ranked 3rd in the 2A poll. Chelan ranked 4th in the 1A poll. Manson is 2nd in the 2B poll. Waterville Mansfield ranked 9th in the 1B poll. Speaking of polls, let's talk about football. The WIAA RPI is out for teams in North Central Washington with top 5 looks here. Eastmont ranked number 1. Moses Lake is 5th in the 4A poll. Cashmere 2nd behind Royal in the 1A poll. Okanagan also ranked 2nd in the 2B poll. Liberty Bell is number 1 and Elmira Cooley Heartland number 4 in the B poll. Well, speaking of football, we have a clearer picture of the prep football schedule after some games were played last night. Big 9 teams playing crossover games include Davis at Hanford Thursday at 5, while West Valley hosts Meade at 6. Eisenhower hosts Lewis and Clark Friday at 5. Wenatchee's on the road at Kamiakin at 7 o'clock, while Moses Lake is hosting Chiawana. Sunnyside plays at Gonzaga Prep Friday night at 7. Eastmont will host Richland Saturday after the Bombers beat Central Valley last night. The game will kick off either at 1 o'clock or 4 o'clock Saturday afternoon. Whatever time it kicks off, we'll have it live on the NCWLIFE channel. Join us for a pregame with yours truly and Grant Olson beginning either at 12:30 or at 3:30, depending on what time the game starts at Wildcat Stadium. We'll know more after tomorrow night's Wenatchee Eastmont Girls Soccer District Championship. A Panther win would push Eastmont's football game to 4. An Eastmont win Thursday means Saturday's game would be at 1 o'clock. I know that's confusing, but we'll know more tomorrow night. Caribou Trail League crossover games look like this. Cashmere hosts Newport Friday at 6, while Chelan plays at Lakeside 9 Mile Falls. Omak hosts Deer Park at 7, while Quincy visits Freeman. Cascade hosts Medical Lake Saturday at 1 o'clock. And while we're talking about the CTL, they're out with their season honors. The All-League offense includes Chelan running back Lance Gogol, the CTL Offensive Player of the Year. The list also includes 4 Cashmere Bulldogs and 4 Omak Pioneers. Cashmere and Omak also dominate the names of the CTL All-Defensive selections. Cashmere's defensive back Trey Smith is the CTL Defensive Player of the Year. As we get back to the crossover schedule, CWAC this week starts Thursday with Grandview at North Central at 7:30. Refs play Friday with East Valley hosting East Valley of Spokane at 5 o'clock. Sela's in Pullman at 6, while Prosser visits West Valley of Spokane. Ellensburg hosts Shadle Park at 7. Ephrata has a bye. For the 2Bs, Okanagan hosts Lynn Ritzville Sprague Friday at 4. Reardon plays at Brewster Friday at 6, while Lake Roosevelt is at Northwest Christian Colbert. Tonasket takes on Colfax Saturday at 11 a.m. Manson plays at Asotin at 2 in the afternoon. And for the 1Bs, Pateris plays at Columbia Stevens Friday at 3. Elmira Cooley Heartline draws Waterville Mansfield at 7. On Saturday, Entiat plays at Touchy at 1 o'clock, and Liberty Bell hosts Republic at 3. It's a lot. That's sports. I'm Eric Grandstrom. Have a good Wednesday.
It's been way too long since we talked wild hockey with Austin Andrade. By golly, we're going to fix that little problem in tomorrow's edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, because we're playing really good hockey, my friend.
5 wins in a row. Wild are back at home this Friday and Saturday. Vancouver comes in Friday. Saturday's Military Appreciation Night. The Victoria Royals in town. We'll talk about it all this morning on Thursday.
First place in the United States division of the Western Hockey League. Being first is cool. Austin on the next edition of my award-winning program.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great night.
Hello, television family. Grab your cup of coffee each weekday morning and join me. I'm Dan Kuntz, the host of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It's everything you need to start your day. We're live and we're local at 7 a.m. every weekday on the NCWLIFE channel.